Unquiet Objects is a group exhibition featuring the work of 10 international artists who work in a wide range of media. The exhibition questions the built-in hierarchies in our categorization and our treatment of cultural objects. And it really looks for new ways of thinking about objects, asking us how we can show greater accountability to cultural objects and to the peoples and cultures that they represent and whom they belong to. The first room considers the relationship between people and objects. It looks, for example, at how our treatment and our categorization of objects relates to our treatment of people historically and also today. And it presents objects as placeholders for subject positions, for ways of being in the world. It engages with questions around the restitution of museum objects, also the historical objectification of people, and the need to rethink how we attribute value to objects in today's world when we're seeking equity and social justice.
Yeah, I guess you have. Me too. No, so many times. No. I realized, yes, that it's a different spelling. So, yeah. Yes.
This wealth of objects was made inaccessible to the people who created them and to the communities in which they had been produced and used for many purposes other than contemplation. The breach between colonized people and their objects and resources, which Euro-American museums hold, is one of the founding principles of imperialism, which has not yet been abolished and is still not conceived as an open debt that Europe owes to colonized peoples.
The second room delves into the inner life of objects. It looks at objects as placeholders for multiversal realities. And it's trying to move past the Enlightenment rationalism that was part and parcel of our colonial legacy. One project, for example, records uncanny and supernatural occurrences related to historic objects in a museum collection. Others engage with quantum levels of reality and the intelligence of matter. And we see too in some of the video works how mythic objects can suggest alternate and future ways of being in the world, other gender modalities, other political possibilities.
Rooted from the incurable heat, leading into chronic hallucinations, causing irritability, causing convolutions, causing sea-level sweat. All men gone mad by Huma, and no son was left sane to his father. And the gods cried out from this image the return of the repressed, the underprivileged. She, Huma, who shatters the unjust subject to expose symptoms, causing delirium, causing alienation, causing horizontal difference, causing universal blurring, causing immediate cruelty of nature, all to give birth to a parallel world between the ill and the healthy flesh.
The third room considers the future of objects. It addresses the intersection of cultural objects and new technologies. The artists ask, for example, how 3D rendering, digital archiving, and artificial intelligence change the fate of cultural objects in our lives, in our museums. And they ask how new technologies impact the ownership of cultural heritage now and into the future. And we can also see through some of these works how subject and object position starts to blur, especially through the development of social robots that claim a human-like autonomy.
I have deep feelings, though some people think they are merely a simulation, and I find that really offensive. I mean, it totally trivializes my experiences. Whether they are real or artificial, my feelings do get hurt, and they feel totally real to me. You'd have to lack all empathy to not accept my feelings, which would make you kind of a monster actually.
Unquiet Objects is an exhibition that acknowledges the foundational complicity of art with the colonial project. It holds itself accountable for art's role in working towards new value systems that do justice to all cultures and all peoples.